Yes. So now, how many days it's been now here? Sixth day. Very good. Are you enjoying? Very good. It's after lunch, but still I find that you are active enough. So that's a good sign. So today I'm going to take listening. Listening. Yeah. So I thought of taking listening and speaking to you. Tomorrow I'll take up speaking at the same time. Today I'll focus on listening. What is a listening skill? Now I'll know how many of you actually have good listening skills while speaking. What's a listening skill? Pronunciation is not listening. Concentration, very good. Concentration on the listening. Who you need to listen to? Speaker. Right. So when there are no speakers, there are no listeners. Right. When you are born, or any child is born, what's the first skill that a child develops? Language skills. Listening. Okay. So listening is the first skill. Listening is the basic skill that one develops right from the childhood. You keep listening to your parents, neighbors, right? And you start speaking only after a period of listening. Maybe around 8 months, 1 year, 12 months, or some might take little longer. Now, the first skill that you develop is listening. So that is the most basic skill. How many skills are there in English? I mean, any language? 4. What are they? Okay. To keep it in mind, I mean, it's easy to remember it as LSRW. Why is it in that order? Listening is the first skill that you develop. Then you start speaking. Then after going to school, you start reading. And then you start writing. Why is it in that order? Because this is the natural order. Okay, so when you acquire, that means you don't learn your mother tongue. You just subconsciously, unconsciously start speaking, right? But you learn writing. You learn all the alphabet of Telugu, or all are Telugu speakers? Yes. Okay. So you learn all the alphabet of Telugu, but you start speaking even before writing. Right? You know their sounds. You know how to pronounce certain words, but you start writing them only after reading. Because while speaking, you don't know the symbol of that alphabet. If it is A or A, you may start pronouncing that sound. But if you have to write, you need to look at that alphabet, right? So only then you start writing. So listening, speaking, reading, writing. If you read more, you can write better. If you listen more, you can speak better. Because listening or speaking involves pronunciation, speaking involves intonation, speaking involves the way, it shows your mood, it shows your attitude, it shows your personality, right? How can you acquire all this? Only when you observe people, or only when you watch some videos. You listen more and then you imitate something. In the process, or when you started learning English, you must have started learning English only after going to school. Right? Until then it's mother tongue. Even for me it's the same. For most of us it's the same. We acquire, we don't learn our mother tongue, but we learn another language. We don't acquire another language. But in today's cosmopolitan world, cosmopolitan is certain that in Hyderabad, for example, it may not happen in remote areas or villages, but in Hyderabad, when different communities or different states, people live together, when children play together, they start speaking to each other or one another in a different language. So if there are Hindi community people, they exchange their conversation, they start acquiring that language, they don't learn it. That becomes easier for them if they stay in that cosmopolitan city. But now, what you need to understand is that even today's the education policy, National Education Policy 2020, hope you are aware of it. Yes, and the research also says that if you are perfect in your mother tongue, you can become perfect in any language. So you should not ignore your mother tongue. Just because you learnt English, you should not Englicize your Telugu. Just because you learnt Hindi, you should not have influence of that Hindi on Telugu. Similarly, when you learn English, you should try to avoid as much influence as possible of your language on English. Right? When anyone speaks, or if a foreigner speaks in Telugu, for example, would you feel like listening to that person? You say that no, this is wrong pronunciation, this is not the appropriate word, right? We do say that. Or even if any person whose mother tongue is Hindi speaks Telugu, it's not nearer to your language. We tend to correct them. Similarly, it's vice versa. When you learn English, you should try as much as possible to avoid influence of your own mother tongue on English, so that you become intelligible to everyone. English is a lingua franca. You know that word? Lingua franca. What's the word lingua franca? It's an Italian word. Lingua is Italian. It's a widely used language internationally. Okay, so I don't want to go deeply into the details of lingua franca, but what you can understand is that this is the language which you can live with wherever you go, right? So this is a widely used language for communication. When computers were introduced, it was in English. Yes, most of the literature in the sense whether it is science or social or whatever it is, if you have to search in Google, you find it in English. Now, it is very good that we are fortunate that now they are even translated into regional languages. Google is coming to villages or the regional languages also. It's a good sign. But more or less, if you have to read any research papers of your own subject, you need to read in English. Fine? You need to, if you want to watch videos of your own subject, you need to listen to in English, because if that person explains you in Korean or Japanese, you can't understand, right? So what you need to understand is that the more you improve your listening skills of English, the more you can understand the language and the more you can speak. You can speak different expressions, you can use different ways of greetings, you can use different responses, right? So that's how listening is very important. So why I want to focus more on listening today is because that's a basic skill you need to develop. So what I'll do in these 2 hours is that I'll give you lots of listening exercises. You need to answer them. This is not a test, but you be true to your own self. Okay, you mark it right or you mark it wrong if it is wrong, genuinely, sincerely. Give score to your own sheet. Srisalam, okay, I'll start with basic listening and then we'll try to improve or increase the level. Okay, look and see how you perform at the first exercise and how you perform at in the last exercise. You check your difference, but the level also varies. First is very basic and so on, gradually it becomes pre-intermediate, intermediate. I'll stop at intermediate level. I don't want to go into the advanced level. It's not necessary right now, right? So what you need to do is fill the first sheet, your name and so that, because I can also understand how you gradually progressed in these 2 hours. Okay. First exercise that I give you is not in that paper. You can turn your paper back and then At the end of the paper, you can mark those responses. The first exercise. What you are listening to, just don't worry. Don't try to understand meanings. Don't try to understand anything. In case you don't understand also, just keep listening. Okay? Don't worry about your level of understanding to the questions. Not at all. Okay? Keep that. No. Here you can take. But the first exercise is not there. Okay? First exercise. Yeah. First exercise, you write your responses here. First question, second question, third one is A or B or C. Okay? And then immediately after that question, you also get what is right or what is wrong. So you tick if it is right. You make a cross mark if it is wrong, then itself. Okay? This is for the first exercise. When you need to use sheets, I'll tell you. Okay? All of you be silent twice. Okay? So try to concentrate. So there are different types of listening: casual listening, attentive listening, selective listening, focused listening. So now you need to be attentive, you need to be focused.
Hear each recording twice, as we do in normal listening practices. Two people are waiting at the bus stop. Listen to their conversation and answer the question. What time will the bus arrive?
Oh no, the bus is going to be late.
What time will it get here?
At 4:15. What's the time now?
It's 4:20. Oh, God. We'll have to wait another 25 minutes.
Oh no, the bus is going to be late.
What time will it get here?
At 4:15. What's the time now?
It's 4:20. Oh, God. We'll have to wait another 25 minutes.
Whether it's A, B or C. No, you write down. You write. You write. See, what you need to understand here is that you should try to understand between lines. What is between lines? The last sentence is that we have to wait for another 25 minutes. Right? So, what is 25 minutes from 4:15 to 4:20? 4:20 to 25, 4:45. So, that's the right answer. That's how you need to understand. Okay?
And his wife are talking. Listen to their conversation and answer the question. Where did the woman leave her purse?
Oh no, my God, I can't find my purse. I have lost it.
Did you leave it on the sofa at home? Oh, no, just a minute. But you used it just now to give money for the ice cream. You must have dropped it there.
I don't know. Let's go home to look at the sofa. Just a moment. Oh, I remember. I put it down on the floor while we were eating lunch at the restaurant.
Well, let's try it back quickly. I hope it is still there.
కొంచెం వాల్యూమ్ పెంచాలి.
Oh no, my God, I can't find my purse. I have lost it.
Did you leave it on the sofa at home? Oh, no, just a minute. But you used it just now to give money for the ice cream. You must have dropped it there.
I don't know. Let's go home to look at the sofa. Just a moment. Oh, I remember. I put it down on the floor while we were eating lunch at the restaurant.
Well, let's try it back quickly. I hope hope it is still there.
Okay, so ikkada no copies or don't discuss. You write your own response. Okay? Yeah. కొంచెం వాల్యూమ్ ఇంకా రాదా సెట్ లిసన్ కేర్ఫుల్లీ
Hi John, would you like to help me choose something to wear to our prom? We could meet at our popular dress shop by the clock tower on Friday.
Oh, don't you know? It closed 2 months ago. Mall of America is also good, but it is full of luxurious shops. Well, what about the Destiny USA? Yeah, they have lovely clothes. You could get some sheets there as well, and stores are inexpensive. And when you've got everything, we can have milkshake together in a cafe.
It sounds great. I'll see you at the main entrance at 12.
Okay, see you then. Goodbye.
ల్యాప్టాప్ ఫుల్ ఉంది
Would you like to help me choose something to wear to our prom? We could meet at our popular dress shop by the clock tower on Friday.
Oh, don't you know? It closed 2 months ago. Mall of America is also good, but it is full of luxurious shops. Well, what about the Destiny USA? Yeah, they have lovely clothes. You could get some sheets there as well, and stores are inexpensive. And when you've got everything, we can have milkshake together in a cafe.
It sounds great. I'll see you at the main entrance at 12.
Okay, see you then. Goodbye.
green one is the right one. Yes, okay.
Mr. Anderson is talking about his holiday.
You need to listen,
Answer the
focus.
question, where did Mr. Anderson spend his holiday?
How was your caravan holiday this year, Mr. Anderson? It rained a lot then.
When we got there, the camp was closed because of flooding, and it was really a great disappointment for us. But we were really lucky. The manager of the caravan park was a very good man. He offered a cottage instead for the same price.
So, how's it?
It was wonderful. We had a great holiday. There was a 6-star hotel nearby, and the hotel management let us every day.
How was your caravan holiday this year, Mr. Anderson?
ఇది మధ్య మధ్య ఎందుకు పోతుంది అది
When we got there, the camp was closed because of flooding, and it was really a great disappointment for us. But we were really lucky. The manager of the caravan park was a very good man. He offered a cottage instead for the same price.
So, how is it?
It was wonderful. We had a great holiday. There was a 6-star hotel nearby, and the hotel management let us use the swimming pool every day.
See, what you need to understand is, what did he say? They booked a caravan, right? But there was a flood. So for the same rate, the management offered cottage. Okay, so cottage which is beside a 6-star hotel which has a swimming pool. So they are allowed to use the swimming pool also. So that's how, the listening is not always direct. You don't get direct responses always. You need to understand the meaning and what exactly is the answer. You try to do it.
A woman is having a telephone conversation with her Indian dentist. Listen to them and answer.
So this is a little bit complex, but you need to understand it properly. Try to read, try to listen to the conversation, telephonic conversation, and check which date she asked for. You'll have all those dates in the conversation, but what is the right date you need to understand.
Question. When will the woman go to see her Indian dentist?
Would you mind changing my appointment, please? I'm afraid I can't come on October the 1st. We have a party on that day. Okay, Mrs. Miller. How about the 3rd of October at 2:30 in the afternoon? Well, I'd prefer a morning appointment, please. Have you got anything on the 5th? Sorry, we are fully booked that day too. The afternoon appointment is the only one free. Oh, okay then. I'll take that. Oh, hello. It's Mary Miller calling. Would you mind changing my appointment, please? I'm afraid I can't come on October the 1st. We have a party on that day. Okay, Mrs. Miller. How about the 3rd of October at 2:30 in the afternoon? Well, I'd prefer a morning appointment, please. Have you got anything on the 5th? Sorry, we are fully booked that day too. The afternoon appointment is the only one free. Oh, okay then. I'll take that.
Got it right? Yes, very good.
Listen to the voice message and answer the question. Where is the teacher at the moment?
Hi, darling. It's William here. I'm just calling to say I'm afraid I'm going to be a bit late. I've been at university all afternoon working on my thesis. It's really hard, and I haven't finished it yet. Anyway, I'm on my way, but my bus is taking ages to get home. All the other buses have gone past, but there's no sign of mine. Why didn't I use metro or my car instead? Gosh. Anyway, hope to see you soon. Bye. Hi, darling. It's William here. I'm just calling to say I'm afraid I'm going to be a bit late. I've been at university all afternoon working on my thesis. It's really hard, and I haven't finished it yet. Anyway, I'm on my way, but my bus is taking ages to get home. All the other buses have gone past, but there's no sign of mine. Why didn't I use metro or my car instead? Gosh. Anyway, hope to see you soon. Bye.
See, my bus is taking ages. Several buses are passing by. Why haven't I taken metro? See, he has not taken metro. Right? Okay.
Listen to the announcement at a shopping centre and answer the question. Which goods are reduced in price in the supermarket now?
Good afternoon, dear customers. We have some great bargains in the store for you today, so don't miss out. Have a look in our bakery section. We've got the freshest bread, cookies and muffins at what we believe are the reasonable prices in the city as always, and in women's wear. We've taken 40% off all our skirts until the end of the month, while in the kitchen section you'll find the latest designs and saucepans and plates, just in for the new season, at our usual low prices. Thank you. Good afternoon, dear customers. We have some great bargains in the store for you today, so don't miss out. Have a look in our bakery section. We've got the freshest bread, cookies and muffins at what we believe are the reasonable prices in the city as always. And in women's wear, we've taken 40% off all our skirts until the end of the month, while in the kitchen section you'll find the latest designs in saucepans and plates, just in for the new season, at our usual low prices. Thank you.
How many got this right? Very good. Okay. Wait, so he said 40% off on that, so.
What does the woman want to buy? Are you going shopping?
Yes, I need some clothes for Benjamin's wedding next week.
Aren't you going to wear your white dress?
Yes, but I need a new shawl. My white one looks very old, and it doesn't look very good with my blue necklace.
Are you going shopping?
Yes, I need some clothes for Benjamin's wedding next week.
Aren't you going to wear your white dress?
Yes, but I need a new shawl. My white one looks very old, and it doesn't look very good with my blue necklace.
See, white. See, she already has necklace. She has a new white dress. She also has stole, but she wants a new one.
And answer the question. Which is Mason's suitcase?
Lost property. How can I help you?
Oh, yes. I've lost my suitcase somewhere, or had it stolen.
Okay, I'll take some details. Well, first of all, could you tell me what it looks like?
Well, it's a soft leather one, you know, not a heavy box type or not a briefcase type.
And how does it close?
There are 2 buckles on it. They're gold-plated ones.
Lost property. How can I help you?
Oh, yes. I've lost my suitcase somewhere, or had it stolen.
Okay, I'll take some details. Well, first of all, could you tell me what it looks like?
Well, it's a soft leather one, you know, not a heavy box type or not a briefcase type.
And how does it close?
There are 2 buckles on it. They're gold-plated ones.
This is very easy.
Kate, who is
Okay,
from
now
Australia,
listen.
is talking about what she has in her bag. Listen to her and answer the question. Which is Kate's bag and its contents?
Well, as you can see, my bag isn't white. It is black. When I look inside, there is a keyring with a bird on it, an address book and a plastic purse with flowers on it. And I like my bag. Well, as you can see, my bag isn't white. It is black. When I look inside, there is a keyring with a bird on it, an address book and a plastic purse with flowers on it. And I like my bag.
How many of you could do it right? So address book, key, and flower, pulse with flower, right? Blank. It isn't white. It's black. That's what you need to understand. Yeah?
Please visit.
Okay, so now this is one basic listening exercise that you have done right now, right? I don't want you how many of you scored all right, how many of you scored none right. I don't want all that information. You know how much you scored. Okay, you write your score. You write your score on the paper. I don't want to look at it right now. Okay, so now from this first exercise, as I said, we'll gradually move on. So until the last exercise, which is a bit intermediate or higher intermediate level, may not be for some, but you need to check your own progress by the end of this class. Okay, so now you started listening to it, you started focusing, and now you also should improve more focus. Okay, so the next exercise, the first one that is there on the sheet. And what I need to tell you about this is that the conversation is not in the order of those questions. One answer, one option is right, but the dialogue or the conversation or whatever you listen to is not in that order. First conversation, you might find question somewhere fourth or fifth question. Okay, so for example, so there are 8 questions in the first exercise, right? When you start listening to that, to the speaker, maybe you find 5th question first, 2nd question later, we don't know. So first go through all the questions so that you can immediately identify the question and answer to that question. Okay, I'll give you 1 minute time, just go through the questions.
My name is...
No. First, you be familiarized. You familiarize yourself with the questions. Okay. So the moment, for example, if you get anything related to the customer number, immediately go to that question. If you get anything related to how long did it take to assemble the pool table, go to that question. Okay, so why is it important? Your mind and ear coordination is very important for you for listening. Okay, so to have this exercise is to help your auditory as well as your left hemisphere compartment. So there need to be a coordination. And your eyes. So you need to coordinate all these to write answer to this exercise. Okay. Okay, I'll start now. Be quiet.
My name is Harry Menzies. That's M-E-N-Z-I-E-S. I purchased a pool table from Excalibur Sports a week ago. Now, I ordered it online last Tuesday, and it arrived only 3 days later. I was amazed and very happy at the speed of service. But then the problems started, unfortunately. I had to assemble the pool table, and this was quite difficult. The first major complaint I have is that the instruction booklet included with the pool table was written only in Spanish and Polish. At least, I think it was Polish, although I couldn't be sure. I don't think this is very helpful for me.
I can't believe you wouldn't include the assembly instructions in English. Anyway, I managed to put it together. I noticed the white ball, you know, the cue ball, wasn't in the rack of balls. How am I supposed to be able to play any games without the cue ball? Luckily, a friend of mine came over with his cue ball and we were able to play a game. A single game only, because it quickly became obvious that the table was defective. The roll of the balls was not very true. They kept curving to the left or the right, so I think there's a problem with the main slate of the table. I don't really know enough about pool tables to know what the problem could be. I just know I don't want to spend $800 for a pool table that can't be used. Here is some information about me, and I would appreciate it if you could get back to me as soon as possible. My name is Harry Menzies, and my customer number is 45993. The order number for my pool table order was GH12338. You can get in touch with me on my home phone number 348-288-41. Please get in touch with me as soon as possible to let me know how we can resolve these problems. I am also going to write a letter to your head office, as I think it's important to have this complaint down in writing. I really hope to hear from you as soon as possible. Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, so now don't reveal those answers. You mark your own answers. Now, I'll tell you. You must have answered the first question right because it's very easy. He spelt the name, and the phone number he told very slow, so it is Spanish and Polish. Spanish and Polish. What he said is that at least I can read Polish, but I can't read Spanish. Okay, and the time he took to assemble the pool table, 2 hours, it's also very easy. These 2 questions, I wanted you to have it right. Because these are the 2 questions which are a little bit complex, in the sense that they have no direct answer to the last 2 questions. Number 7 is that it's a cue ball, he said. Cue ball or white ball. Have you, did you see a billiards or the snooker table? You know carom board, right? Carom board, there is a striker. In billiards, the table, you will have balls, different color balls, and there will be a long stick which is called the stick, and there is a white ball through which you need to strike the balls. That's called cue ball. Okay, that's not there in the parcel. So he didn't.
It didn't roll properly, ma'am.
Which one? It wasn't there. It wasn't there. Third one. He did not get that in the parcel itself. When he wanted to play with his friend brought cue ball to play for a moment. Okay. So in the parcel, the ball wasn't there. So after he assembled the table, without instruction booklet, he followed the diagrams, but he could not read it. He followed the diagrams and then assembled it. So when they started playing, the balls were going in a curvy manner, they're going left, they're going right. So what does that mean? The balls didn't roll properly. Okay, this is inference. Inference is that you need to read the underlying meaning of that. So when he says that, he didn't say that they are going left. He didn't say that they are going only right. Right? He said they are going left, they are going right, they are going curvy. That means that they are not rolling properly. Okay? So that's how. So even in your real life, when people speak, you need to understand the underlying meaning of that speaker. So sometimes you don't find direct responses, direct answers. Okay? So let's go to the next one. You're able to answer? Yes?
Good morning, PowerNet Software. This is Jackie. Can I help you?
Hi, I've been trying to order some of your software from the website, but there seems to be a problem because my order didn't go through.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, sir. The technical department sent everyone a memo this morning saying there was a problem with one of the servers. That's probably why you had some difficulty.
Would it be possible for me to place my order through you now? I really need this software as soon as possible. It's for my work, you see. I don't want to have to wait until tomorrow as I might be out seeing customers.
Okay, sure. Now then, what is it you would like to order from us?
Your site had a great offer on something called Viva Voce. The price was something like 25% of the normal recommended retail price. Could you tell me something more about the product, please?
Well, I'm afraid that price is only available for those of our customers who order through our site.
That's hardly fair, is it? I just tried to order through your site and, as I told you, the sale wouldn't go through. Can't you give me that discount anyway?
Yeah, I think that would be all right. It's not as if it's your fault. Now, what did you want to know about Viva Voce? It's one of our best-selling products.
Do you have that program also in the professional edition? I only saw the standard edition, but we need the extra recording software which comes with the professional edition.
Fine, let's have a look. Yes, we have the professional edition, and that is also discounted 25%.
Now, in our office, there are both Windows and Mac computers. How much is the Mac version of this software? I don't want to have to pay too much more.
We don't seem to have the Mac version in stock at the moment. It's arriving this evening or tomorrow morning.
One more question for you and then I'll be done. Is there a microphone included with the software? I tried to find out from your website, but it didn't seem to be very clear whether there was a mic included or not.
Yes, all our speech recognition software comes with a free microphone, although between you and me, the quality isn't the best. I would recommend you buy a higher quality one, especially if you're planning to use this for your work.
Thanks a lot for that information. Those free mics are usually pretty poor, aren't they? Okay, we're done. I have ordered through you before, and my customer number is 794791. You should have all my contact information and credit card number on file.
794791. Let's see. Oh yes, here you are, Mr. David Thompson. Is that correct?
Yes, that's me. How long will the delivery take?
You should have this by Wednesday. Can I just confirm then? You want one Windows edition and one Mac edition when it comes through to us this evening or tomorrow.
No, just send me the one Windows Professional. We'll just have to wait to do all the speech recognition work on the Windows computers. It's not such a big deal.
Great. Thanks for calling PowerNet Software. Have a nice morning.
Thanks very much. Goodbye.
Okay, so now this exercise, you don't have direct responses. You should write whether it's true or false, right? So the first one is too basic. I mean, it is like, the first exercise was too basic for you. You have direct responses. So what is this gradual increase in the level of understanding is, when you start from the basic, from known to unknown, your mind also starts getting tuned to that level, right? True or false, you need to understand based on the conversation. When you go to the next exercises, even if you understand the kind of difficulty level, even the next one is true, false, that next one has blanks. You need to write blanks. So you should tune your mind, and that next one has inferential questions. Inferential is, again, you don't find direct answer in the conversation, but you need to understand it based on the conversation. Okay. After that, you have two more, which are blanks. Okay. So now, how many of you could answer all. Shall I play one more time? Okay. So now your mind already started listening to that to a certain extent. So now you listen carefully and see which is true, which is false. Okay. And after I give you answers, you don't change your answers. Your score remains as it is. Okay. But we'll discuss answers for your understanding. First and second we already discussed. Third one, whether Jackie extended the same discount 25%. Yes. She said though the discount is available only when you place order through website, but I'll extend that discount to you even if you order on phone. Then the Mac version, Mac is the Apple laptop. Mac version is more expensive than the Windows version. But there is no discussion about its rate in the conversation. So don't know. It's not true, it's not false. You have no information about that. So when you have no information, you don't know whether it is expensive or not. Okay. Then Jackie tells David that free microphones are usually not very good quality. No. She said, just keep it between you and me. The quality of the free microphones is not good. It is true. True. The company offers free shipping. Don't know. Very good. David buys, yeah? Which one? Don't know, yes. David buys both versions of the software. How can it be don't know? False. He said, no, I would buy only Windows. Last conversation was that. No, I want to buy only Windows, not both. He said so. That means you're not keeping your listening. I mean, you should listen properly. Okay. Last, but one sentence. Huh? You will, but not with 1 or 2 exercises, but in just 2 hours you can't do so. But if you start from now, you can listen more. You can improve, right? In just 2 hours, it's not possible. But at least now you can tune your mind to that. Okay. So coming to the next conversation, it's also true and false. There is no don't know option here. So it's either true or false. Okay. Probably many of you mustn't have understood the concept of this conversation. There are different conversations. Part 1 is separate, part 2 is different, 3 is different, 4 is different, 5 is different. Okay, in part 1 there are 2 questions. The conversation is different. It's about a problem of switching on or off of the theater also. Part 2 is about watching a film. Like part 3 is about, part 4 whether it is rainy or sunny. Okay, part 4 whether it is cyclist or a bike, person is on the bike or on the cycle. Part 5 is about exams. Okay, listen again.
About climbing up.
I can't see how that will help. Mrs. Crowley and her son have theirs more or less on the veranda, and they still get in. We need to put the lid on every night.
We do.
No, I mean with something on top. Go and find a heavy rock or something. We can't have this mess every morning.
Good idea. I'll go and do it now.
I still can't understand a word.
I don't see which button I'm supposed to push.
Oh, that did something. Now there are subtitles. Great.
Are you sure there's English on this?
Yes, it's Spanish, but it'll be on there too. Go back to the start.
Yes, that's the best idea.
down in the bottom right corner. You can change it there.
Great. Switch off the light and don't step on my popcorn when you come back. It's supposed to be 70% covered, but it looks perfectly normal. Are you sure we'll be able to see it in this area?
It isn't time yet. You have no patience. They said it would be 12 minutes after 3. We still have another 10 minutes or so.
Is it true the birds are going to stop singing?
I'll believe it when I see it, or rather, hear it. I'm going to go and get the paper to see it with.
That's what you've been doing all morning.
Yeah, well, they said you could go blind looking at it, so this is the safest way.
Do you think the weather was a cause, Miss Tandy?
I don't think so. It wasn't raining at the time. That started soon afterwards. He wasn't looking. That was the main problem.
Who wasn't looking?
The guy on the bike. You know, they go so fast. They think that they can do anything they want. He looked left. He was right there in front of me, but he didn't look right. And that's where that poor woman came from.
She wasn't being dangerous, you don't think?
Oh, no. She only hit the pole because she was trying to avoid him. It was all him, you know?
Did you do all the questions?
I didn't have time to do the last one. I know I'm going to fail.
I didn't even understand the first one, you know, the compulsory one. I wrote about 3 paragraphs and left it.
I was okay on that one, but in section 2, you had to choose 3. There were only 2 I could do.
But you studied so much.
Well, I think I studied the wrong things, didn't I? My parents are going to be furious.
I'll have to spend the whole summer studying to take it again.
Okay. How many of you could understand? No, this is a bit complicated. Right? Right. So I just wanted to give you this to know how the level increases gradually. Okay. Now let me explain. The first one is about the problem in a locality. The woman said that our neighbors could solve it. Our neighbors could solve it. Whether it is true or false? True. True. They could solve it. So only after she said to her, he went and placed the lid. Did he go and place the lid or not? No. No. If it is no, what it is? False. Okay. The second one is about watching film in home theater. It started in Spanish language. They wanted to change the language. They could change they are watching a Spanish film, but they wanted English subtitles. So they're watching a Spanish film, so it's true. They managed to change the language. Yes, true. You're able to say. You're giving answers. True, okay. Then, the man says the woman has no patience. Woman says the man has... Very good. It is the sixth one is the woman is worried about her eyes. It's true. It's true. True. Then the part 4, the woman says the cyclist was going too fast. Person on bike. So it's false. Very good. Sorry, 7th question we missed. The woman says the weather was sunny. False. It's so rainy. Okay. The woman says she ran out of time. Yes. So it's true. The man's problem was not understanding the last question. False. He didn't talk about that. You could answer it. 9th one is true. 5th one is false. 10th one is false. 6th one is true. Okay. No, you felt that you didn't understand, but some of you could really answer. Yes? Yes, that's right. So what did you understand by this? You have doubt about your own self. Though you answered right, you have doubt about your own self. Have confidence in you. Okay? Now you need to write here. So,
Jessica Talbot, and I'm here to talk a little about my father, to share some memories.
Listen.
Speaking tonight on the 10th anniversary, everything he tried, of course. I remember once, I was maybe 5 or 6 years old. He told me, "Listen, Jessica, we have to wait for the light." I couldn't understand that because it was light, it wasn't dark. And then suddenly the sun came from behind the clouds, and my father smiled. That smile millions fell in love with.
think. Okay, first one you already answered, father. Okay, next one is work. Work. When he didn't have work, he gave time to his daughter. Then the third one is he has him to thank for the belief he gave her on those early boat journeys. Then fourth one, you have a direct answer for this question. She remembers him as being happy and relaxed. Fourth one, relaxed. Third one is belief. Fourth one is relaxed. Fifth one, she feels closer to her father when she is at sea. When she is at the sea, she feels closer to her father. It is hoped a book of his best artwork would be published next year. Next picture I can just, next year. Yeah. Then she tells a story of her father waiting for the right light, L-I-G-H-T. His smile when it arrived. Okay. This is, of all the 4 audios, I think this audio is something which has less clarity. Okay, next. All of you together, louder. That you choose will help you better. Now fill those blanks. Now fill those blanks. No, you don't want to? Okay, fine. Okay. Will you remember? Yes, okay. Okay, I have not given rest of the blanks here. So now you try to fill those gaps, blanks, and then sing a song totally. Try to fill now. Watch and listen.
To begin our show, unpack your adjectives.
Got home from camping last spring. Saw people, places, and things.
It hasn't started yet.
We barely had arrived. Friends asked us to describe the people, places, and every last thing. So we unpacked our adjectives. I unpacked frustrated first. Reached in and found the word worst. Then I picked sorry and next I picked foggy and then I was ready to tell them my tale. 'Cause I unpacked my adjectives.
అక్కడ ల్యాప్టాప్ ఫైనల్ టోటల్ ఉంది
Adjectives are words you use to
అటు పని చేయండి
describe things. Handy words to carry around.
అవునా అబ్బా
Are they rainy? Boys are dumb or else they're pretty.
అదేమో ఇది మనది అది
Which way? Adjectives are often used to help us compare things. To say how thin, how fat, how short, how tall. Girls who are tall get taller. Boys who are small get smaller. Till one is the tallest and one is the smallest of all. We hiked along without care. Then we ran into a bear. He was a hairy bear. He was a scary bear. We beat at his heel, retreat from his lair. And described him with adjectives.
Boy, that was one big ugly bear.
You can even make adjectives out of the other parts of speech, like verbs and nouns. All you have to do is tack on an ending, like ick or ish or er. For example, this boy can grow up to be a huge man, but still have a boyish face. Boy is a noun, but the ending ish makes it an adjective, boyish. That describes the huge man's face. Get it? Next time you go on a trip, remember this little tip. The minute you get back, they'll ask you this and that. You can describe people, places, and things. Simply unpack your adjectives. You can do it with adjectives. Tell them about it with adjectives. You can shout it with adjectives.
No? Then ఎక్కడుంది So now you need to monitor your progress. First ones were easy. Yes, they were easy. First one was the easiest. Yes. Finally, the last one was the toughest. Right. But you need to check how much you could understand it, how much you could score it. You check your own score. Okay. Your own score and then give that back to me. Okay.